Fantastic Four movie is set to come out this weekend, and if you're like me and you have a lot of questions about whether or not this movie is going to be good, we're going to talk about that today. Because everyone in the world that knows about the Fantastic Four, that cares about the Fantastic Four, maybe you've had these same questions. Why is it that the Fantastic Four have gotten such a bad rap when it comes to movies? And number two, based on the past films under the Fantastic Four title, will this new one be any good? There's actually quite a few reasons why the Fantastic Four movies haven't done that well, not just in terms of box office and critical reception, but just overall quality of the films in general. There's a couple reasons. Number one, and perhaps the most obvious, the plethora of films that have come before it. Specifically in regards to the one that comes out this weekend, countless shows and movies and television surrounding it and coming before it and predating it. Even if this movie does end up being good, rest assured it will most likely be good only by Fantastic Four standards, which is to say, not very well. If you're like me and you care about the Fantastic Four and you have great respect for these characters, you're probably asking yourself a couple questions. Number one, why is it so hard for the Fantastic Four movies to be good? Why do they get such a bad rap when it comes to this form of medium? And number two, will this new Fantastic Four movie be any good at all? Well, there's actually quite a lot to unravel here, so let's get started. I went up north to visit my parents over the 4th of July week. And one night I was rummaging through the basement, going through all the books and crap I kept up there. And I found a box of comics with DC and Marvel alike, Superman, Batman, and yes, the Fantastic Four. And while I was reading those Fantastic Four comics, which are wonderful, they're from the 70s and 80s, I think, it occurred to me while I was reading those comics that the Fantastic Four are not superheroes. They are not in the same vein as someone like Captain America or Spider-Man who's going to stop a diamond heist. They're not in that same vein of character. The Fantastic Four are not superheroes. They are scientists with superpowers. And that's a very different thing. They deal with space exploration and scientific discovery and the family drama. For all the things that the Jessica Alba movies and even the 2015 one to a certain extent got right was that element of discovery and science. They're not going to go stop a diamond heist or save a cat from a tree, but they do deal with galactic quandaries. And yes, they have villains like Doctor Doom and Mole Man and Galactus, etc. But that is not their primary function. They are not crime fighters, which is why it upsets me that of all the things to criticize the Jessica Alba movies for, people give them crap because they're not going out and stopping crime, which is actually quite faithful to the comics and the characters. Now, don't get me wrong. Those movies are still boring. They're still horribly acted. Jessica Alba can't act. I love The Honest Company, and I endorse The Honest Company, even though they don't sponsor me yet. But Jessica Alba can't act. Sorry. I know, all three of you who are going to watch this fucking video, I'm sure you're heartbroken, but let's be honest, Jessica Alba, however attractive she may be, can't act her way out of a paper bag. That element of scientific discovery and exploration is the one element that both movies got right. They didn't get it right well. Okay, I'm not saying that those are good movies by any stretch of the imagination. They are bad movies, badly plotted, badly acted, badly written, but they got that element right. So my concern, and I think a lot of people are holding this concern if you really understand the comics like I do, because I'm an expert. I'm a self-proclaimed Marvel expert. That element of action and crime fighting for a $200+ million movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Popcorn eaters, hot dog guzzlers, fat nerds, neckbeards, all those guys who obsess over this stuff are going to want to see the Fantastic Four save the cat from the tree. And that is not the Fantastic Four. That is not what they do. That was never what they did. If you ever read a comic book in your life with the Fantastic Four, you'd know that. But there is that expectation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm concerned that it is going to be that instead of dealing with space and science and family drama, the stuff that made the Fantastic Four such good characters, such interesting characters, such different characters. How many crime fighters do you need? The reason the Fantastic Four work is because they are different from just about every other superhero. They're different from the X-Men, they're different from Iron Man, they're different from Moondragon and Hellcat and all these other characters. That element of exploration and scientific discovery is what makes the Fantastic Four cool. They are smart characters. They're not going to punch their way out of a problem. They're going to come up with some scientific schmuckle-doodle or whatever to get out of it. That is what is most concerning about the movie, as far as I'm concerned. Now, again, I hope it's good. The last 3 Fantastic Four movies have been awful, but the characters, aside from Pedro Pascal, actually look like the characters. The Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, looks like Sue Storm. Johnny Storm looks like Johnny Storm. Galactus looks like Galactus. The only thing that actually bugged me about that trailer was the Thing. The Thing should be gruffer and meaner and talk with a gravelly voice. I'm not a good actor, so that's my gravelly voice. But anyway, regardless of whether or not this movie is good, I think I'm done. For real this time. I said that during my Captain America, the whatever movie the last one was. I said it during the Kraven the Hunter review. I will be done with superhero movies. I enjoy them. There have been maybe a couple once in a blue moon that are good, but all of them just kind of roll together eventually and they become the same thing. I like the rich color palettes, the dramatic poses, the catchphrases, and all that. I'm going to be sticking to the comics, Marvel and DC alike. Probably DC, because DC's better anyway. I still need to get that Superman Unchained. Or maybe, was it Superman Unchained? I still need to pick up Superman Unlimited. That is going to be a cool series. I'm going to wait, but we'll see how that turns out. I actually did pick up Kingdom Come from the 90s, which is one of the best graphic novels, superhero stories ever written. On a side note, speaking of catchphrases and dramatic poses, if Ben Grimm does not say, "It's clobbering time," the Thing's catchphrase, that will be a deal breaker, and that alone will ruin the movie. Because that's really important to the character, the catchphrase. Guys, if you're excited about the Fantastic Four movie, let me know why down in the comments below. Is this one going to be the one that saves them? Are the Fantastic Four going to be 0-4 for bad movies? 4 bad Fantastic Four movies. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree with my take? Am I wrong in saying that the Fantastic Four shouldn't be crime fighters? Whatever the case may be, if you got this far in the video, which most of you don't, hit that like and sub button. I'll be posting my review of the movie on Monday, so I'm going to go see it this weekend. Hopefully, again, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I don't want 4 bad Fantastic Four movies. That would just be heartbreaking. Guys, God bless. Have a great day.